this is Anthony Hannigan, and welcome to musicmoose.org. Today we are going to get into the guitar, and a lot of things can kind of transfer over from some other musics that you know, but we're going to stick it pretty basic for the first couple of sessions here. And the one thing I'd like to go over in the last song that I played with Dave, we did a lot of different chords, a lot of different rhythms, so that's something I'm kind of going to break down for you and demonstrate here this afternoon. Now, the first and your very best friend in bluegrass guitar playing is going to be the G chord. And the G chord is hit exactly like this right here. Okay? A lot of players in the bluegrass world will use this position right here in particular, especially this selection of fingers, because it's very easy to drop down into the C chord. And I do that by using my ring finger on the top heavy E string, 3rd fret, and I use my middle finger on the 2nd fret, A string, and then the pinky right here is all the way down on the high E string on the 3rd fret. Now if you look at that position, I can do the same thing very comfortably if I were to flip it and use just a different set of fingers, but still hit the same exact strings. This time I'm going to bring in and close out the G chord a little bit here on this side. The same exact chord. One just rings a little bit more, and I'll show you how they're both very useful. So if I'm going to use this G right here, and we're going to get into some bluegrass rhythm right now too, because each one of these lessons are going to be broken down into chords and the strengths within each of those chords and the rhythm that goes along with those chords for the bluegrass style playing. And what I want to do on the right hand is pretty much concentrate and think of almost of what an upright bass player will be doing. It's almost like the trombone in the oompa band and the upright bass player in a polka band. You listen to the beats and you want to match those with your right hand, and you want to make sure the notes are clear when they come out. So a lot of the times the rotation here, and that's pretty much what it is a down on the top string, the heavy E string, and then a strum on the 5 strings underneath it, and then you downbeat on the 5th string this time, which is the A. And kind of rotate that up and down. That's what I like to do. Just do it. And we'll do it with the other position of G chord here now too. And this time I'm going to start rotating this finger right here. And all I'm doing is coming down and I'm catching this string right here, the D string on the 2nd fret, and then the open G string. The same strings in sequence down here. So the rhythm part would sound like this. And you hear how this could work on the end of a bluegrass tag if I were to play. And we get things like that. Okay? The next position in G chord, which I'm going to get into, is also the G7. Okay, so you can take either your G like this and drop your fingers all the way over, or it's more comfortable to do your bluegrass G position and raise your pinky finger and go down to the 1st fret on the E string. A lot of times I like to hammer on that G chord right there. And don't be afraid to hit the guitar. I mean, actually you're going to get the best response the harder that you hit it when you play. So again, with the G, bluegrass G. Now we're going to go into another form of the G7th. And I like to use the folkier kind of G here. I'm doing a so pretty much I leave my pinky finger and my ring finger down there, and I'm going to bring up the index finger and the middle finger on the top E string and also on the D string, 3rd fret. Again. Let's get in that. your G chord for today. We're going to conclude this segment. We're going to get into some other chords, and the main thing I want you to focus on during these lessons, not only learning the bluegrass chords, but also learning the right-hand strum that goes along with those chords. Again, I'm Anthony Hannigan. Thanks for tuning in to musicmoose.org. We'll see you next time around.